Oh, hey YouTube, what's really good? My name is Vivid Keller, your coach of the South Texas Sableyes, and this is going to be your week 2 match for the NPA. Now, I realized just before starting this video, just before clicking the record button, that I have not done a team breakdown video. This video is going to go up before that, but I will go over the Pokemon that I originally had, because if you don't know, if you haven't watched week 1 or my update video or anything of that sort, a coach dropped. I believe it was Professor Willow. I inherited their team. I wasn't allowed to make changes for week 1. I made a ton of changes for week 2. I believe I changed 6 Pokemon in total. So I will say the ones that are new on the screen right now are Alolan Trio, Delmise, Haxorus, and Raikou. I didn't have any of those for week 1. Those are new Pokemon. But other than that, I'm just going to make a video going over all of that, and hopefully it goes up tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean, I hope you're watching this on Saturday. If you're not, you're probably not subscribed with notifications on. You should probably fix that. Also, go ahead and like this video since I'm already pandering. It would mean the absolute most to me. But let's just talk about the battle of this week, because this week we are going up against Data Dave and the Atlanta Arcaniners. Now, Data Dave is also someone that had to drop. I don't necessarily know the reason, but I'm assuming it's because he's busy. All right, now I feel like I've been missing this on my last few videos. I've just been forgetting this part, which is really important. If you don't know who Data Dave is, links to his Twitch and his YouTube in the description down below. He's really good at what he does. Go check him out and go show him some love. All right, so this week you see that Dave is bringing the Kricketune, the Heatran, the Electivire, the Crobat, the Gliscor, and the Mega Venusaur. Now, this team is very threatening, but one thing this team just doesn't handle very well is Mega Alakazam. Just look at Mega Alakazam and then look at the team, and then do that a couple more times. It looks absurd, in my opinion, how good Mega Alakazam is against this team. The only thing that can outspeed Mega Alakazam is a Scarfed Crobat. And I think that I'm pretty sure that I put enough speed investment in Mega Alakazam to outspeed Mega Electivire. Scarf Crobat finds an outspeed, and an Adamant Brave Bird from Scarf Crobat can potentially OHKO, especially if I have any chip damage. But other than that, this looks bananas in favor of Mega Alakazam. So just going in, know that that's going to be my plan. I'm going to try and like soften some things up and then pull out a sweep with Mega Alakazam, but let's just react to this battle. This is what we do on YouTube. You know, at this point in time, that I'm your favorite post-commentary Pokemon battler on this platform. I am. You should let me know that in the comment section down below. Just type, wow, in Vivid Color is really my favorite post-commentary Pokemon battler on YouTube. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, heart. And that's how I'll know that you're really out there loving me. Oh, I've lost my mind. I am so tired of seeing people with this basic clothing. Change your clothes in the game. It's doable. Change your clothes. All right. Right from the get-go, we're going to lead with the Rachels. Now, going forward, I changed this name from the Rachels just to Rachels. I don't see the need to have the there. I kind of figured he would lead Kricketune and try and set up webs. This was, I think this was my best lead. I went for Iron Head. I was low-key hoping to find a flinch, and we found one. This was just the one thing I knew that the Kricketune couldn't outspeed, and we could definitely 2-hit KO it. I was looking for potential Pokemon with like double hit moves and that could outspeed and OHKO Kricketune. And the only one I could find realistically was, I think, Dual Chop on Haxorus. At least I think it gets that. So he switches out into Gliscor. We're going to go for another Iron Head on the switch. It does a nice chunk of damage, which lets me know right now this thing is not defensive, because it would not take that much damage from an Iron Head. There's no way. So it's going to go for an Earthquake. We're fine. We eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But look at this. That's actually like, it doesn't look like a lot of damage. That's probably like 20%, which to a Delmise, that's pretty defensive, is a lot. Now we have the leftovers, so this turn I'm just going to stay in. I'm gonna go for the Anchor Shot, predicting a switch, but he stays in, uses Ice Fang, and then looking at that damage, I'm just like, wow, this thing is very offensive. It's actually bananas. We go for the Anchor Shot. I was hoping for a switch, and then we would get to, you know, like switch without giving him the ability to double. Rather, we stay in. Based on the damage roll and doing a calc, I think I can take one more Ice Fang, so I want to be at a higher amount of health before I switch out. So I stay in and go for the Synthesis. This week, this Delmise is just kind of like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wall, but I'm also going to do a lot of damage with things like Anchor Shot and Power Whip. That was the plan. Actually, I don't think I had Power Whip on this set. I think I just had Anchor Shot and Shadow Claw, Synthesis, and Rapid Spin. That was the set, so. Also, that's another thing. If you want me to start going over sets, can you please let me know? Anyways, this is important. So I'm going to go on to the Rachels because I know I can live in Ice Fang. It's neutral, and this thing has poor defense, but I know I can live And then I get frozen. I knew I was going to be able to live and then just like take it out with Iron Head. I just didn't see the need to take unnecessary damage. So Ice Fang connects, does a ton of damage. I would have lived and been able to take this thing out, but we do get a speed drop from Tangling here, which is really important because he goes for an agility right here. Okay, we've got a Gliscor at +1. Now, I expect my Mega Alakazam to be able to outspeed Electivire at +1, and they're the same base speed, I think. But now, we have a +1 speed Gliscor and a +2 attack Gliscor, which is awful. And then this is like one of the, I think, the weirder plays of the game. Instead of just going for Earthquake, I don't know if there was a switch predicted, but he goes for Ice Fang again, which again just gets another speed drop. Like, Tangling Hair is, I think, a pretty niche ability. I think it's really cool. I actually am a really big fan of Alolan Dugtrio on this team, but the moral of the story is maybe the Tangling Hair was just forgot about, or maybe he predicted a switch, but either way, we just get to go out and to listen our beautiful Mega Alakazam Mega Evolved, and we just get to find a really easy KO from this point because nothing on his team can switch into a Psychic. I don't believe there was a Dark type even on his roster, so it just like wasn't an issue. All right, so we're gonna stay in. We're gonna go for that Psychic. We're going to find a KO here, and then we're just going to see what he switches out into. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe it's the Crobat, because, and this is my thought process, I think he is sort of like either saying, hi, I'm Scarfed, or hi, I'm Bluffing Scarf. So we can't really risk it because, like I said, Mega Alakazam does a ton to this team, and we also just have a really good defensive switch in for Crobat. So we're going to stay in, or we're going to switch out, go on to Gliscor, and he goes for U-turn, which again just kind of screams to me, hi, I'm Scarfed. Now, I know most Crobats run U-turn, but it just like that sequence of events made me think like, okay, this thing's Scarfed 100%. So he goes onto this. I know I can live an Ice Punch, and EQ from Gligar actually has a chance to OHKO, so I'm going to stay in, go for the EQ, and then this Electivire, it's going to live on, I'm just like starting to call this like an annoying amount of HP because look at that. Look at it. It's like 3. Maybe 5, 10, I don't know. It's not much HP is the point. So we have to switch out because we do die to the next Ice Punch. This switch was kind of strange to me. Like, it could have been really bad had he just predicted a switch and gone for an Earthquake, but it worked out. He goes for Ice Punch. We switch into our Raikou. Our Nimbus is what I've decided I'm going to nickname this thing because it kind of looks like a storm cloud. And I'm pretty sure storm clouds are called cumulonimbus clouds. I could be super wrong about that. Or cumulus nimbo. It's not cumulus nimbo. The moral of the story is we're going to go for the Hidden Power, which I believe was Hidden Power Ground, because that gives Raikou just like an easy... Nope, it wasn't Hidden Power Ground. What was it? What was the Hidden Power? I don't recall the Hidden Power, and that makes me bad. Oh man, I was clearly predicting a switch. I don't know what switch I was predicting. But the moral of the story is the Raikou goes for Hidden Power. I can't stay in on the Heatran. Is it Hidden Power Grass? I think it was Hidden Power Grass. I believe it was Hidden Power Grass. That's what I'm going to go with. So he switches into his Heatran. We go into our Gligar and he sets up Stealth Rocks. This is not the worst. Stealth Rocks aren't really that great against me this week. He goes back out into Crobat and I'm like, all right, he's probably going to click U-turn. I'm going to stay in and click Knockoff. This play's really only punished if he goes directly out into Venusaur. So instead, he goes for Brave Bird, which tells me, all right, is this thing Scarfed or did he predict a switch? What's going on? We eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we get the Knockoff. So if this thing is Scarfed, it just doesn't matter. It had Black Sludge, so it was just a really good bluff on his part. It bluffed out my Mega Alakazam, and I could have just straight up dealt with this thing. So now we're just in this kind of like awkward position where he keeps going for Brave Bird. I'm just here like, okay, I don't know what to do because like, it's not doing much damage, but I don't want to switch out into anything and take it. But I also can't do damage to you in return because I just have Knockoff and Earthquake as attacks. So we set up rocks, goes for Defog, and I'm like, okay, this isn't great. We roost up to get back to full health, and I'm pretty sure he does the same this turn. And then after that, it's going to prompt a couple switches to happen because we're at stalemate. Nothing's happening. So we switch out. We go out into Nimbus, the Raikou, predicting the Brave Bird. But instead, this thing just goes for Roost. I'm pretty sure. I'm like relatively sure that is the play. It is. I'm not super bad at remembering, except I don't remember what this thing's Hidden Power is. I think it's Hidden Power Grass, but why would it be Hidden Power Grass? What was on his team that I needed to prep for with Hidden Power Grass? You know, I just don't know. Maybe it's Hidden Power Ice. Who knows at this point? It had to be Ice, right? Anyways, we go for Extra Sensory. I could go for Volt Switch here. it would do a hefty chunk of damage to anything on his team, but I predicted him to go into Electivire, predicting the Volt Switch, so I couldn't just give him a free Motor Drive boost. Either way, we do no damage with extra sensory to this thing. We have to immediately switch out because it will 100% devastate our Raikou. We go out into our Gligar. The Gligar has enough attack investment to guarantee an OHKO on this thing. I'm pretty sure that was like 4. I'm pretty sure 4 IVs was enough to guarantee an OHKO. It wasn't much. Also, I think someone's subscribing and I'm getting like a sub notification in my ears. Shout out to the person that subbed. If you heard that in the audio, I'm sorry. Either way, he switches out into Crobat. We switch into Mega Alakazam, trace the inner focus, which doesn't mean much to us really, but we get to knock this thing out. And then now we're just like, okay, Mega Alakazam just kills the rest of your team, right? He switches into Heatran, and I really, really don't want to be in with Mega Alakazam just in case like I miss a Focus Blast, which is what I would go for against Heatran. Just in case I miss, I want to come in and reset and trace Flash Fire. Because if the Lava Plume connects with Mega Alakazam, it's not going to do the most damage because we're pretty specially bulky just naturally, and I have a lot of HP investment because I only put enough speed in to, like I said, outspeed Scarfed Electivire. So we have a decent amount of HP. So I switch into Gligar, I let Gligar go down, I come back in, I get Flash Fire. That way, even if the Lava Plume, like, moral of the story is I didn't want to get burned. Like, nothing else really matters here because I know I can take a set number of flash cannons, but if I get burned, it's gonna hurt. So right now, we're just gonna go for the Focus Blast. We connect this Focus Blast, which every time I connect a Focus Blast, I'm like, man, it's a miracle, bless up. You know what I mean? 70% accuracy, I think that's what it is not much. That means 3 out of 10, you miss. I'm good at math. So we're gonna go for a Focus Blast and miss. And then in my head, when this battle was happening, I was like, what if I just lose? What if I just lose? He doesn't have Flash Cannon, so he goes for an Earth Power, which looks like it's about a 3-hit KO. And that's when that's when I know, oh, we're super good. We go for the Focus Blast. We put this thing in the ground. I'm pretty sure his last 2 Pokemon, or no. I'm pretty sure his last Pokemon is Mega Venusaur. It is. So, you know how this story goes. I don't think there's a variant of Venusaur that exists, except maybe 252 HP, 252 SpDef plus SpDef Nature might live a Psychic, but it also wouldn't OHKO. So we know, well, it might OHKO from this range, maybe, but we know that we've won this game. It's impossible for us to lose. I'm pretty sure the hidden power on Raikou is hidden power ice. Now that I think about it, you know, it came down to the end of the game and I was like, yeah, it was hidden power ice. Oh man, it was like the most unprofessional thing ever. I should have like checked the hidden power before this happened. Either way, that was a great game. Props to Dave. We won with like I think a pretty convincing 4-0. Like I said, this was just a match where Mega Alakazam looked super good. If you're keeping count, I believe Mega Alakazam ended up getting 4 of the kills, correct? Or 5 of the kills. Mega Alakazam killed the Heatran, the Electivire, the Gliscor earlier on in the match, the Crobat and the Venusaur. So yeah, Mega Alakazam killed 5, I almost said 4, 5 of the things, and Raikou got like a pity kill on Kricketune. So it was a good game. I knew I had a strategy going in and it worked out. And that being said, we are 1-1 in the NPA, which I think means that the team I switched to is better, at least in my play style. So if you are super stoked about that win, please go ahead and click that like button. It would mean the absolute most to me. I know I already said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna ask you again because I like to be liked. It's one of my weird personality traits. Like, I want to be liked by everybody. So if you could click the like button, it would just means oh so much to me. If you're new here, you should definitely click that subscribe button because let's be real, we're all trying to get views on YouTube. And if you want to talk to me, post up in the comment section down below. I'll respond to comments for a few days. I keep saying 2. I'm just going to say a few because I find myself responding to older comments now. It's because I'm not getting enough comments. Let's change that. Let's all be friends. Oh man. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, follow me on Instagram. I've got a Tinder account, I think, somewhere. You can swipe and try and find me. I don't think you will. Oh man, I don't use it anymore because I'm in a relationship. I'm just gonna throw out a random dating app that I could have an account on at the end of every video. It's gonna be my new thing. Either way, I love you, and I'm kind of done here, and I gotta leave. My name is Invivid Color, your favorite post-commentary Pokemon battling YouTuber on this platform, YouTube. Yeah, bye. So tell me something.